Hello,
Alright.
hello, people of the internet. I am here today to rank the Ruby characters. This is a sequel to our previous video where we ranked Ruby characters, but only the main cast and Yang, and Blake. And anyway,
And Wise.
and Weiss, yeah. Anyway, so explaining the tiers, just so at least some people have some understanding. Normal human, beginning student, high tier student. So like some of the stronger people at the Vital Festival and some future combatants. Standard Hunter, mid tier Hunter, an Aesop, an Elite Huntsman, a Maiden, and then the strongest characters, and then above them are the gods. Guess who are going there? Big shocker,
I don't
right?
know. Maybe it's the gods.
Um,
We
No,
should
stay
probably just
tuned to
start with
find
those
out.
two, to be fair.
so yeah,
Just start with the obvious ones.
stay tuned for the easiest tier ranking system in the world. Yeah,
Yeah, I
and
was about to say
then
we put Jin and Ambrosia up there as well.
yeah, mostly
like-
just they warp reality however they see fit in order to achieve their
In the
goals.
tree.
And the tree, which is there. Actually, the tree should scale above the gods because it was able to create
Because
them.
they created them.
I don't. That's
So
I'd
That's its
argue
own
the
thing.
creator of the gods is probably stronger than the gods themselves.
yeah,
Although we may be getting fairly protected now.
yeah. We'll find
Fair.
out more stuff. And we're not starting off with Team Ruby, and I'm not starting off with Crow. Wow.
Who do we start off with? Should we just start off with the normal humans?
Yeah, we'll start off with the normal human tier, and that's probably the standard farmer, the waitress,
The random waitress we know nothing about.
Kira's mom or sister we don't really know.
Cinder's evil stepmom and sisters.
Yep. Evil stepmom and
Yeah.
sisters.
The,
Then-
the dude.
The pompous dude. The council members. Citizen number
Alex
5.
And I don't remember her brother's name.
Okay,
I think it's Lewis.
both of the sisters, an
And their
actual
child.
infant.
The actual infant.
Um,
Imagine if the infant actually scaled above some of the students.
oh my goodness.
I think that's Alex.
All right. Is that all the people I would put in normal human?
Isn't Junior technically a normal human?
Nah.
Fair enough.
Oh wait, this guy.
What about
Them?
what about
Yeah.
Alex and her brother?
All right. I know you're going to be surprised by
Unless
this.
those go actually somewhere else.
I think beginning student tier,
Fair enough.
Probably, yeah.
if not higher, because they were able to. They survived the ever after.
Oh yeah, fair enough.
And,
I did
like-
not take that into consideration.
They survived the
what
ever
about
after.
Klein? Shouldn't Klein be a normal human?
Yeah, I'll put Clyde in normal human. Pietro. Then
I think that's it.
the useless Schneeze.
What about Willow? Or does Willow actually go above that?
Yeah, Willow will go above that. We'll have to discuss that.
Fair enough.
Her.
No, I guess Shading Man is technically a hunter.
Yeah, or he's at least has some combat.
Although, what do we do about the people who are dead? How
Here's
do we possibly
It-
rank those people?
We just ranked them normally.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah, latest appearance.
Yeah.
Too bad.
Actually, same thing with all these characters. Like I'm gonna start off with. I think we'll go from the bottom up.
Sure.
Sure,
Yeah,
that
we can go
sounds
from bottom up.
that-
That makes sense.
that sounds stupid and fun. All right, Caterpillar. He at least intimidated the cast.
He got the
So
main cast high.
Hippie stoner guy.
He's stoner guy.
he probably at
Probably
least
at least student.
he intimidated
Probably do stuff.
he intimidated the main cast, which actually means I don't know. But like
Yeah, probably.
they're in the ever
They didn't
after.
necessarily run those people.
That's true.
Yeah.
But he survives in the ever after, meaning that like the Ever Afterins are just kind of weirder and like overall more just there.
Yeah, the Red
Yeah.
Prince.
He should just be a normal human.
He's a child.
Yeah.
Mhm.
The raccoon. He stole Yang's arm.
Yay, but he did that while she was unconscious, so not really.
He still took it. The cat.
Oh, the cat we're saving for later. That's its own
we
thing.
don't do the cat yet. Little.
Yeah. Little is probably
You're human.
Yeah. I mean, okay, he didn't survive the attack from Neo, but he at least survived one casual attack from the cat, which, like, that's something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe, like, there. Actually, he does evolve into somewhat who should be stronger, and they did state
should be stronger, but we literally didn't see shit about someone.
Yeah, we didn't see any feats with it. The only thing we have to go off is, I think it was John stating that they'll be able to protect the Ever After now.
But that's about all we
Yeah.
heard.
And also, like, that statement itself sounds really weird, because before, John was considered the one protecting the Ever After. So does that mean Little scales to current John? Yeah, okay. I'm not that crazy.
I may be crazy, but I'm not that crazy.
We put Little in like
Little and strongest characters
in like Asa, you know, like we put him up here.
I would
right.
do that if it was funny. Yeah,
normal
human.
Yeah.
That dude's a hunter at least.
We forget his name. We're very good at our
Don't
jobs.
know his name. He's at least a hunter though.
He was classified. He was like
a hunter.
Yeah, he is like the definition of a mediocre, like a normal hunter. That's what, a lot of these characters are viewed as.
Yeah. Let's see what's next. The two guys that we don't remember the names of.
Yeah, they were technically considered to be like high class students.
Yeah, they were students.
Actually, no, they had their full huntsman license. And they should at least be somewhat relative to Neo and Flint, which is a weird statement, but
Yeah.
Actually no, because they only show but they did show relativity to all that stuff.
Yeah.
And Volume 7 Nora and things like that.
Alright, the random spider girl.
Alright, these are probably high tier students, especially since they got like low diffed by Sun and Kaya, unironically.
Bro got low diffed by a non-student.
Yeah, by Kaya, which is kind of embarrassing.
Did he get low diffed by someone's mom?
Oh my god. Then actually let's just maybe we just get that. Do you want to get these two out of the way?
Or? I mean, we're gonna have to shift them around.
Yeah.
So, no problem.
Alright. Well, actually, Ren's dad is pretty easy to scale. He was considered like the best. He was considered like the warrior of the village. But
like
he's not
say hunter tier.
But he said verbatim that they need huntsmen to protect the village, and he and the other people cannot protect. So it's like he's the best at the village, right? So he's probably at least a high tier student, but he's not a huntsman.
Yeah.
You wouldn't say you need huntsmen if you're a right? Like
you wouldn't say you need huntsmen if you yourself are a huntsman.
Yeah.
Shady Man.
Yes. Shady Man is probably he's
at least a high tier student.
Yeah, just because he is a bandit. He did survive attacks from Yang, but that's not like
that's not the best feat ever. It is Yang after all.
Well, like he survived volumes like 5 attacks from Yang, which
he didn't die to Raven.
Yeah, cool.
He did. Raven found out that
he existed, and to be fair, the power creep of the show kind of reels its head in. Like as we stated in a previous video, Yang went from getting one shot by Adam in Volume 3 to competing with him on relative equal footing in Volume 6. Like, to do that. And to be fair, I know this is like, I don't believe in this too much, but Versus Wiki does technically classify one-shots as a 7 times multiplier. So, like, to put that into perspective, Yang got over, and, like, to be fair, we don't know the full quantity of amount, but Yang got over 5 times stronger than in 3 you know, like, it does get relatively crazy.
Yeah.
So, next up is Miss Malachite, who most likely, she doesn't do any fighting, but through her connections, most likely she would have at least have her aura unlocked.
Yeah.
Which would also make sense because she is a mob boss. So having that big of a target on yourself, you know. Next is these two, Deagle and Dudley. And I'm gonna put them just below.
They may be hunters, but they're not that strong.
They were referred to as like, they were basically referred to as like sad, like, it was basically like a mockery that they have their huntsman license, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like, they're not supposed to have it because they're not that impressive, but they still did things, and they still did kill Grimm, so that is something.
And then one of them died.
Yeah. Next is these 4.
I don't even remember their names. I think the main one's name is like Violet or something.
Yeah. And they are okay.
They were in the Vital Festival, but that's about it.
We know for a fact they got strong. Every single character up here at least gets somewhat stronger thanks to the novel, or the 2 novels, which is interesting. But none of them are like considered huntsmen either. Plus, while they did fight at Beacon, the likelihood of them being some sort of like massive jump in power like the main cast have is highly unlikely.
Pretty low.
If we see them again, they're probably strong, but yeah.
But definitely not near as strong as the main cast.
Yeah. And then we have these 4 who they were able
know the names of.
Yeah, they were able to give Team Juniper trouble.
They gave Nora a power boost, that was about it.
Yeah. I believe this guy right here, I think he died.
Huh.
We find out a bunch of deaths in the book, of a lot of deaths in the Vital Festival. I'm pretty sure a lot of these guys die. I know some of them did. I think, unironically, there's this guy. It might. Who is it? I don't know. But one of them, like, one of these teams, he's literally like the only survivor. Like, I think it's either him, or is it him? I don't know, because like one of these 3 right here, they turn out to be like the only survivor of their team, and like,
damn,
that's kind of bad, you know? Like,
yeah,
like that's really.
That goes to show that they are not that strong.
Yeah, she's probably the strongest because she did the best against Volume 3 Yang. But, like, Volume 3 Yang got one-shot by Adam, so.
Yeah, but, like, Adam.
Adam. That's fair. That's valid. We'll get into Adam eventually.
Yeah, next one I think is Sage.
Sage and Scarlet.
Yeah.
Alright, so, in the manga.
The novel.
The novel, thank you. They're shown at least relative to Sun, and Sun is somewhat of a like huntsman plus all his adventures. So they should at least be somewhat relative. And getting that out of the way, there's Neptune.
And then Sun probably at the top.
Yeah.
Sun is right next to the random white fang.
Yes.
Dude. I also guess I could have said right next to Gaia.
Yeah. Right next to Banesaw.
Yeah.
That's his actual name. I'm not lying. So yeah, they're probably up there, and
Yeah.
then actually we
Next.
might. I think I'll buff Sun up to top
Yeah,
of the tier.
unironically, I think he might be stronger than
The random hunter who lost to Child Cinder. Yes, I think Sun could beat Child Cinder in a fight.
Oh, probably.
That is a weird sentence.
Yep. Next is Tuxin.
Yeah,
I mean, he
Tuxin.
died to Mercury and Emerald, and beyond that, he didn't do anything.
He was a member of the White Fang, so he at least had to have some
Former combat
Yeah.
experience. And that's probably about it.
And Mercury and Emerald were dispatched to take. Well, no, they weren't. They went on their own, but it's at least something, right?
Next one is Talk.
Ooh, maybe we'll deal with her a little bit later.
We'll deal with her later.
Yeah.
Alright, the Malachite twins.
No. Probably just your standard student tier as well, except
Yeah.
maybe the top of student.
Yeah, I mean they beat Yang.
No,
and
they lost.
Charmer.
They
They
lost to Yang, but they were
They held up a
relative.
fight against. They did hold a fight against her though.
Yeah, but that's because I guess the difference is the gap between here and here gets quite
Yeah.
large, right? So
Yeah, I wouldn't say they're high tier student, but definitely top of student.
yeah. And then
Alright,
junior is
Junior.
considered stronger than those two, so he just goes up to student as
Above
well.
them, obviously. Next is
CL. She
Did she
was
actually do anything? Is she even in the novel?
no, she didn't do anything, but she's
But
like
she's a student at least.
she's a student of Atlas, and she's considered great enough importance to like be attending Penny.
Yeah, to be
Yeah.
like
Like,
chauffeuring
Wasn't
Penny
she the
around.
partner for the? Wasn't she
For
Penny's
Yes,
partner
for
for
the
the
Vital
Vital
Festival. But
Yeah.
as far as we're aware, they obviously won that fight.
But Penny
But
mostly won.
as
We
far
saw
as
Yeah, Penny won
as
that
far as
fight.
we're
Yeah.
aware, it was mostly Penny.
yeah.
It's almost as if sending
We'll
in a person who can conjure
skip these three.
lasers maybe would be the carrier of the team.
Yeah, we'll throw these three just in student tier.
They're at least student. What about Carden?
Yeah.
himself?
Carden, I actually feel
Probably like
he
Probably
was
a
at least
5-tier
considered
student
like
or-
he was considered a big enough threat. Also, if you take the manga into account, bro, he's his own monster.
Why?
There were scenes in the manga, and like to be fair, it was a comedy sketch, but he was fighting Yatsuhashi and Coco at the same time.
Now that should be legal.
Like
God damn.
that.
I mean,
It's a comedy
Coco
skit.
and Yatsuhashi,
but, like-
really strong.
Yes, they're considered like some of the strongest students at Beacon at the time.
And he just 2v1 and he just 1v2 them.
Yeah, which actually
Okay.
I think I talked myself into him. He's
I don't like what Carden is, but it's fine.
he's probably now to be fair, that's probably like us gassing him up a bit too much, but
You're probably gassing him up a
at
bit
the
too
same
much.
time, it's Carden. No one cares. It doesn't matter. He hasn't been relevant since actually Volume 1, unironically. So
I don't
Yeah.
think we ever saw him again.
Isn't the last time we saw him and his entire team getting absolutely gapped by Pyrrha?
Yes.
no, we saw them get gapped by Penny as well.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Don't
That's
worry.
even funny.
Don't worry. Alright, next is
Is
Team
Coco.
Coffee. And they are
They're actual hunters.
they're considered like they're considered worthy to be actual hunters, and like some of the top students at Beacon plus the new academy Shade,
Yeah.
the one in the desert. It's Shade, right?
Yeah, Shade.
Yes,
Yeah, that one's Shade.
they're considered the highest tier students at Shade, and they were some of the strongest students at Beacon. And then as for order, Fox, Velvet, Yatsuhashi, Coco. Feel like that
Coco,
makes sense.
obviously, being their leader
Yeah.
would be stronger than them. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
it's
And
weird
they've been
because
John's leader of his team, so
that's true. But
Okay, yeah, but like it's also John.
Coco, it's weird. You could debate Coco Yatsuhashi, but
I,
yeah,
Yeah, I'd say Coco's probably the top.
It's safer to always go with the leader being the strongest. So,
Fair enough. Yeah.
Unless it's Juniper.
Yeah.
That is the one exception, though. The one exception.
Do we leave Summer Rose for later then?
Yes.
Okay.
I have to deal. I will deal. It's gonna be weird. We'll talk. You know what? Weird. Talk about later.
Leo after this. Let's just go Leo.
Actually, we can talk. Shoot, I don't want to talk about anyone. Actually, wait. Here we go. Cordovan. She has military training at least, so she had to at least.
Yeah, and wasn't she connected to what's her called? Grim Reaper.
Yes.
Maria.
But
Yeah,
not
Maria.
through like we physically competed with one another. They more just don't like each other.
Okay.
Because if she competed with like the Grim Reaper in her prime, I'd be like, okay, you're going up there.
Oh, yeah.
There is no discussion.
Oh, yeah.
But it's more so like you suck, I hate you, and then Maria goes, you suck, I hate you, I think you're ugly, and I'm blind. So, like.
That's how I can imagine.
You're so ugly. I became blind again.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, I think we leave Summer Rose for later.
Yeah.
What about Leo though?
Actually, we can go with Flint and Neon. That might be easier. They're okay, we've seen these guys take on stuff, but that's only been in the book, which might also be uncannoned. Depending on
what
the show does. Depending on what the show does, it might get uncannoned, or it might get established as canon, like Volume 9 established Roman Holiday as canon. Fully.
Okay.
Yeah, it's cool. But I think they are licensed hunters. Well, no, okay.
We saw them with the other hunters
yes, we saw them. Yeah, we saw them fighting Salem's army. However, Marrow, to be fair, it is Marrow, but he was more concerned about them. So shoot. Actually,
there's so many.
Do we? You know what? I'm buffing all these guys.
Yeah, probably makes
fair enough.
Because I guess I was trying to like shove everyone in Hunter tier, but since we have Hunter, Mid Hunter, since we've broken it down, we can.
Yeah.
So.
We can always move people later. So.
Yeah.
Do we even talk about?
We could do Ty.
Yeah, I guess.
He's an important character, but like
he has no combat feats. He is featless
Mickey.
Like,
I mean, he was in with
in Team
Raven and Crow. Raven and
okay, hear me out. Even if,
bro, if he's revealed to be like super strong.
Imagine he scales to all of them.
But that's the thing.
Scales to Salem.
He should probably scale to Team Stark, but he hasn't shown that. Plus, he's been teaching. Crow's been out of the field. Raven's been doing Raven things, and Summer's been 6 feet under. So, like, he's the only one who's been like relaxing.
Summer was out in the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, but now she's 6 feet under. So.
To be fair, we do know that he does go on missions sometimes, but
we've never seen what he's capable of.
Yeah, so this
shown on screen.
He is literally just there because he's in Team Stark, like literally.
Yeah,
Team Stark quite literally carries him.
Yeah,
and is probably somewhat similar to at least Summer.
Yeah. Next is Leo. Leo's actually
by Oscar.
Yeah, he unironically. And here's the thing: Oscar at the time was considered. We found this on the director's commentary. Oscar was around the same level as Emerald or Mercury back in Volume 5.
Oh,
jeez. Yeah, That's not a good look. That's not a good
It's not
look
gonna look
for.
there, Leo.
Yeah, I put him at mid tier just because like he was considered a great fighter at one point, so at least he has to have held some importance, right?
Yeah,
You know?
and I mean, getting
Husband
gapped by
clearly
Oscar is
chose him as a
not
headmaster
necessarily a
for
hard
a
thing.
reason,
Yeah.
right?
Actually, we can just throw Banesaw. He's a high tier student. Yeah.
Proceeds to get him beat by Weiss and Weiss alone.
Well, okay, he beats Volume 2 Weiss, but like, dude, the power
Also
creep in this
Volume
show
2
is nuts.
Weiss.
Yeah, like,
Alright,
you know what? Let's do
go?
Zwei.
Zwei is obvious.
Oh yeah.
All right, hear me out. Unironically, he was able to damage. He was able to damage paladins. And to be fair, that was Ooblik. That was Ooblik hitting him into the paladins, but
he
still damaged them. So
yeah, he still survived that.
Yeah,
like
so his durability is at least quite
like,
high.
Absolutely fine.
Zwei might secretly be the way to beat Salem.
The fact that we're putting Zwei above Junior is so weird. But we haven't.
But it's so funny.
There's nothing to imply that any of these. There's nothing to imply that Junior or like any of the characters have gotten stronger, and it's just us headcanon in it. You know.
Yes.
So.
Like I said, for all we know, Zwei might be the taken to defeating Cinder in Salem.
Actually,
hilarious.
It's Zwei's how they beat Salem.
All right.
Zwei at Salem.
Beacon teachers, or Robin and her.
And
that would make sense.
Yeah. Actually, let's get Willow out of the way because she's not that high either.
Yeah, she has the same semblance as Winter. And
she has the same semblance. And we
don't know if she's summoned anything yet.
No, we saw her she summoned a Borbatusk to hit the Hound, and she was able to stagnate the Hound.
Yeah, and that's kind of impressive.
I'm gonna be frank, Deagle and Deadly are not doing anything to the Hound, so she's there, but she's not we're not putting it. I'm not crazy. She's not going in Huntsman tier. She's not a Huntsman.
Maybe at one point, but not at this point.
Probably when like she was young and adventurous and like I don't know.
Not an alcoholic.
Yeah.
Not latest appearance.
Yeah.
Should we get this out of the way and just write the Aesops?
Actually, yeah, that might be easiest because I literally have a tier.
We have a tier for them.
All right, so
and there's a crazy amount of variance within them still, though.
So
yeah, but they're still Aesop tier because they're Aesops.
All right, I'll just throw them all up, and then we can debate, and then we'll debate.
Fine. Clover.
Okay, this isn't the list, but I think
you didn't put Clover in there yet.
Clover.
Technically, Clover is probably above.
Clover scales above the Aesops,
okay,
so he's probably our first elite huntsman.
Yeah,
because he's like
he can keep up with Crow. So
yeah, he swaps hands with Crow and Mercury, or not and Tyrion. Yeah,
at the same time.
So and he's relative to those two. So. Or those two in Volume 7. So
I'd say he's elite huntsman.
Yeah. So anyway, Aesop tier. I think Marrow should probably be at the top of this.
I mean, his semblance is quite weirdly. You don't get to do anything.
Yeah,
it's just Power Word from Dungeons and Dragons.
It's not because Marrow is actually the strongest. Like
it's because his semblance is just an FU.
Dude, his semblance unironically is. Okay, the only reason he lost to Weiss was because it was Weiss. You know? Like, because Weiss has the ability to fight with two people. She summons her armored Geist, and she fights as well. She can do two things. Mm-hmm. So, Marrow cannot stop both. He can stop crowds, but they have to all be in the same direction. So, with her and the Geist coming at him from other sides, he
quite literally couldn't do anything about it.
Also, in that fight, we do find out from Volume 8 they were holding back, or at least Marrow was. To what extent, we don't know, but it's
like
something.
To the extent of we're trying to arrest you, not kill you.
Yeah. Well, Harriet was probably trying to kill, but it was also
Harriet definitely wanted Ruby dead.
it was also Ruby. So like,
Yeah.
good luck, my guy. You
Yeah.
ain't doing that. We have
You are-
Ruby for later.
That is why she is not ranked yet.
Yeah. I think Vine could probably. He was the first one to go down, but he also
That was a sacrifice play
also-
against the
yeah.
nuke. So
yeah. His sacrifice
Like-
play worked against the nuke too, so I feel like
Yeah.
that's pretty impressive.
Yeah.
he dies to a nuke, but he still contains it.
I feel like
Yeah, he still
Harriet
gets
would
things
just
that goes crazy.
overwhelm Elm, to be frank.
Yeah, Harriet
So-
just hits Elm faster than
Yeah, I think
can
Elm
handle.
is just the weakest out of
Yeah.
them.
Bad archetype.
Also, her semblance is just not that good either.
all
slow
right.
and
She can
powerful,
just stop
just
herself
move
from
it.
moving. Okay.
Yeah.
Like, alright,
Uh,
then I'll just move faster.
let's get into
Or-
Maria. I'm kind of sad about this. Probably a mid-tier huntsman, but I should have put Prime Maria on this list as well.
Something.
Anyway, thanks to the power of editing, Prime Maria magically appeared. Woo. So she
Yeah,
is
definitely
going
Elite
in
Huntsman.
Elite Huntsman. Why? Because I feel like it and I wanted to add that. So yes.
Yeah.
And if we're gonna do
Well, I
that,
guess we can scale talk. Now.
yeah.
Talk beat Primaria,
Well,
Doesn't scale
but
in the
also
she
But also,
she
like,
beat her
she did
with
also
help.
jump Primaria.
Yeah. So also her invincibility semblance only works for that amount of time. You know?
Oh, her semblance is
Yeah.
ability,
It's 60 seconds of invincibility, which is strong, but
but only for 60 seconds.
That is
Yeah.
still a really good semblance. but
yeah.
Yeah.
That's very insane.
Where do we rank the professors, or are we just gonna wait for this?
We'll deal with that later. Again,
Okay, what about the
Uh,
Winter Maiden and Amber?
we can deal with the happy huntresses. I feel like that's
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Deal with the Happy Huntresses first.
probably just
Marigold.
I think. Yeah.
they're not Aesop tier, but I don't see them like doing anything
And then
really.
one just
I
has a
would not
really
have gotten
cool.
this far if they were regular hunters.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
yeah,
they were, but they're not Aesops. They're not a.
Yeah.
It's not like it's Robin owns. It's not like Robin's Aesops.
yeah, no.
Yeah.
Actually, speaking of Robin, I think Robin is the strong.
Would you say she's stronger than Aesop's? Because I don't really think so. But
She
maybe.
didn't do much, but she was at least she was able to stagnate Tyrion, which is
Right.
something.
Yeah.
So maybe the bottom of that tier.
Probably.
Yeah. If you're not getting immediately murdered by Tyrion, you're probably pretty strong.
Yeah.
Because you're not dead to Tyrion.
Next is who do we want?
Bernal? Maybe?
We can go with Fernal.
I guess.
She beat Volume 5 Weiss, but she didn't really
That's
do
also-
much. Yeah.
Yeah, that was also like volume 5.
She could
Weiss.
probably beat most of these guys. She
Yeah,
would probably lose to
She'd
Maria.
probably
though.
lose to Old Maria, which is very
Yeah.
funny statement.
Hey, old Maria was at least able to keep pace with Neo. So actually,
Oh yeah, I
Do we
forgot
buff-
about that.
do we buff her one tier then?
Sure.
Bottom of Aesop tier.
Yeah.
I mean,
She might unironically, because she fought Neo, and that same Neo was able to put the hands somewhat on Cinder, but that was a weakened Cinder. So, but it's
Yeah,
something.
That was a Cinder post
Yeah.
essential nuking.
Yeah. Next is the Professor Glinda. All right. This is going to sound weird, but I think Glinda. I think she's the strongest hunter at Beacon
Probably.
beside Oz, but yeah.
beside Oz, right?
Yeah,
But-
but Oz is Oz.
Yeah,
Yeah.
He's like practically god tier if we want
Pretty
to
much.
actually scale him.
he's weird. Then getting into
What
We
about
can
the
start-
other two professors?
yeah. To be honest, from what we know about them, they are very strong huntsmen, and they are considered good hunt.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like they are considered the cream of the like. At Beacon, it's a little different. Where at Beacon, I think the best huntsmen like actually teach, whereas at Atlas, the best huntsmen don't.
Our huntsman.
Yeah, if that make Some
Yeah,
Summer
yeah,
said
that
it
makes
better.
sense. Yeah, it works.
We can get into Amber. I'm gonna be frank. Amber does not belong in maiden tier. She kind of got fondled.
Yeah, she
Yeah.
also like was a really inexperienced maiden.
She was, and she was also implied to be weaker than Adam, which,
Oh.
yeah,
Oh wow, she's weak.
yeah,
Yeah.
and that was like volume 3 Adam. To be fair,
Oh,
they
that's even worse.
I think they've implied that Adam at volume 3 was actually his strongest, and he's gotten weaker since then because he wasn't mentally sound.
I mean,
Going
yeah,
into
that's
5
what-
and 6.
Yeah, that's what happens when you chase your cat girl ex across remnant.
Chasing, you know what? I'm not gonna finish that sentence.
Oh yeah, don't finish that sentence.
Actually,
You may just get struck off off of the platform.
yeah. Well, yeah. I'm gonna have to cut some stuff out of here. So,
Yeah.
next is these two. The two
Course,
brothers. Finnick.
Whatever
Yeah,
it is. Finnick.
they're probably
Finnick,
just
the one with
normal
the ears.
hunters.
Yep.
Yeah,
Uh,
because they held their own against the Vildanas
Yeah,
and Sun.
yeah.
So,
But like a weaker son. So,
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was a son after what gang stabbed.
no,
Yeah,
I'm
I
just
remember
referring
now
to
that-
Sun in Volume 5,
Yeah.
compared that to
Weaker son.
when at Vacuo when he got stronger. Then there's Gira, who
Yep.
actually probably outscales the rest of them.
Yeah.
Leader of the White Fang. For it, actually no, because he was leader, then he wasn't leader. Now he's leader again. So there's
Yeah,
that.
he was leader, stepped down, gave it to Sienna, and
Yeah.
then everything else happened after that.
Yeah.
Now he's leader for a second time.
Um,
Alright.
Next is
Kaya, maybe?
yeah, we can do that. So
Yeah.
Kaya beat these two. She's not some crazy strong person, but she did beat them, so she probably goes
Above them.
Yeah,
yeah.
high tier student. So okay,
The non-huntress just beats two people who actually have
What?
semblances.
you know what? Never
Probably.
mind. I was like, whatever. Next is Ilya. Ilya was considered vital to assassinating Gira. So, but she
And failed.
yeah, but she was at least relative to Volume 5 Blake.
Yeah.
Who most definitely probably got stronger.
Yeah. So probably above the two brothers though,
Yeah.
if she was considered
Yeah.
vital to the plan.
I'd say above the two brothers.
And
I mean, we could rank the Winter Maiden. She was definitely maiden tier.
yeah, she's
Yeah.
yeah.
She was a seasoned maiden and knew what she was doing.
She bullied Cinder, so
And also, she
Yeah.
bullied Cinder, who was
Yeah.
another maiden by the way,
oh,
and bullied her.
we can get into Sienna.
I mean,
She was considered a very formidable huntsman or warrior, I guess, and Adam implied that he needed to sneak attack her in order to beat her.
and then he did. And
Yeah.
it worked.
It did.
Yeah.
So probably could
He was
probably
right.
beat these guys.
Yeah, probably.
Then there's Adam, and Adam is Adam's stronger than Amber. That's about it.
Yeah, honestly, yeah.
um,
That's probably about as far as he goes.
yeah. Well, okay.
He probably beats Amber and then loses the port.
Because here's the thing: it took Blake and Yang together to beat Adam, right?
Yeah.
So, do you include those two? Do you think? Because what would Blake and Yang be in Volume 6? Like mid hunters, maybe?
Probably.
Yeah,
probably.
Yeah.
probably mid hunters, and then they'd, like,
Beat
Yeah.
Adam.
yeah. I guess the question is, like, could two Vernals beat Adam? Actually, because probably Yang and Blake were stronger than Vernal.
Vernal.
So it's
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they survived Cinder when Vernal did not.
Vernal got
Vernal
one
also
shot.
also got sneak attack.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let's Ironwood. I feel is pretty
Ironwood?
solid. Probably elite huntsman.
Yeah.
He's considered
Yeah.
he is considered an elite huntsman. So
Probably.
Yeah.
literally,
because, like,
literally
it
the
goes into
definition of
tier
it.
that- Probably goes into
Yeah,
the
and
tier that is.
Didn't he go hand to like? Didn't he go even if not beat Winter in Volume 8?
Yes, he did beat Winter, but that was
he
Winter,
literally beat Winter before Winter got the
Yeah.
maiden powers.
which is where we would put Winter. We would probably put Winter at the bottom of this tier if she didn't have her
elite.
powers. But
Yeah.
with
Yeah.
her powers, she's probably the second strongest
Yeah.
Yeah.
in maiden tier.
Yeah.
And since we're getting the maiden tier out of the way,
Might as well put Cinder there as well.
Raven,
Yeah.
and then
Oh yeah,
Raven.
Now Raven.
Actually, Raven's probably stronger than Winter, just
Oh,
because
probably.
Yeah.
Raven's
He
equal
knows
to
what he's
Crow.
doing with the powers.
Raven's
Hey,
equal to Crow. Crow
Wait,
is above
Yeah.
Winter, and then
Yeah.
they both. Or I'm talking base, right? So base
Right.
to base, Crow's stronger than Winter. So base to base, Raven's stronger than Winter. Then you add the maiden powers together. Boom. Right?
Yeah.
Makes
Raven's
sense?
stronger than
And
Winter.
Raven also knows what she's doing with the powers more than
Yeah.
Winter.
Winter quite literally just acquired them like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Who do we want to
Alright.
do next? Oscar. Sure.
Yeah.
So Oscar he's gone.
Stronger than Leo.
in 5.
Yeah.
And probably stronger than Renal.
Yeah. I think he
I'd say
just
bottom
gets
face-off.
into the bottom. Like, he is considered one of the best huntsmen of any region he goes
And
into.
he is a very
Yeah.
young. And he's
He
like,
got shot by Ironwood,
And he's
fell
what, like-
down a number of.
yeah, and he's
Yeah.
like 15. He quite literally
Yeah.
fell from
And he's
Atlas to Mantle and just lived.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To be fair, that was also Ozpin's influence. So do we really count that as Oscar?
That's still part of. that's
Yeah,
still
like,
part of
he's still
Oscar, though.
Oscar
Like,
still has
Oscar has to
access
do
to
that.
that at all times. So
Yeah, fair.
actually, we can finally get into the Hound. The Hound
yeah.
is stronger than Oscar pretty handedly and mauled him quite easily. So
Although, would you say Amber's stronger than the Hound?
no, you got a good point.
I
And
was
I-
gonna say, I'm pretty sure the Hound beats Amber.
I feel like the Hound, and then Adam would probably
Which is-
cut the Hound in half. So
Oh yeah, Adam would
Yeah.
probably hit the Hound with some anime finisher,
yeah.
and it would be over.
Hmm.
Now we get to.
Ooh.
I mean,
We
Yeah,
can get into
Arthur.
Watts, who is he's not a fighter, but he is a good
He's
hunt-
almost equal. He was equal to
hand to
Ironwood.
hand with Ironwood.
very, very briefly though.
Yeah, I guess that is
Like,
true.
very-
Ironwood
Fight was
did
like
end up out of that
3
fight
minutes
with
long.
No,
less
no,
injuries
you're-
than Arthur
You're
did.
thinking about the chase itself when it was
I
Wat-
mean, like in the arena.
Yeah, but that's what I mean. In the arena, Ironwood was chasing Watts. The minute Ironwood got his hands on Watts, he overpowered and outmuscled him.
Like immediately.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say Aesop tier,
I think
personally.
he probably loses to Maria, if we're being frank.
Okay, a lot of people lose to Maria.
That's valid. Actually, would he be able to keep pace with Oobleck? In his super speed?
probably not.
Unless we're taking DC, unless
We
we're
are not
taking DC
taking
Watts, who goes in the
We
maiden
are
team.
not taking the JLA moves into consideration.
Why
'Cause
not?
We're not even ranking the
Why
characters
not?
from the movie.
I
We're
want to
not
scale.
even
I
ranking
want to
the
scale
characters
Ruby
from
to Universal. Damn it! I want to scale
No.
Ruby to 6D. Come on.
It's about being a power scaler.
I want Ruby Rose to
Even
be
though
a.
we're all power scalers.
I want Ruby to be a 4D entity because she punched Superman hard. All right. Oh, we never talked about Roman.
Oh, yeah.
Damn.
Oh shit.
I thought we never even ranked him.
All right. Roman can beat Willow in a fight. I feel like that's not too contentious. But apart
Yeah.
from that, he was relative to Ruby. Ruby's a
To be
high tier
fair,
student in
all
Volume
you
3.
have to
There you go.
do to beat Willow is just throw a ball of wine at her.
Oh my god.
Am I wrong?
All right.
No.
Next is, you know what? Let's get Penny out of the way. She's probably the weakest of the maiden tier. She is the second weakest maiden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Wait, what do you mean by second weakest maiden? Is there someone else in
Amber.
the maiden tier that we don't? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Touche.
Amber's
Right.
not in the maiden tier.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what confused me. I was like, wait, well, huh?
We
Oh,
can,
yeah, right, Amber exists.
Next, let's get into Mercury. All right. This is going to be
yeah,
a surprise, but
He's a trained assassin.
I'm putting Mercury in Elite Huntsman.
Yeah, he is a
You-
trained assassin. He
All right,
killed his own father.
I'm not bringing up that. I'm talking about, okay, so do you guys remember in Volume 8 he got promoted to be one of Salem's council
yeah, yeah,
members?
That did happen. So he must be
Yeah.
kind of strong.
So, and here's the thing, Watts is on the council as well, but Watts is there
And
because
Watts
he's
is in
smart.
Aesop.
Mercury
Yeah,
is
Watts
not
is there
smart.
'cause he's in-
The only thing
No,
Mercury has that can impress Salem is hands. That's it.
Yeah.
The only thing he can do well is lay the smack down on people. And Salem put him in the same rank as Tyrion. She holds him in that high regards. So I feel like he's definitely weaker than Tyrion, but
Oh god, yeah.
at least relative.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Speaking of Tyrion, I think he is there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He did beat Clover.
He
I would
yeah,
say,
if it-
I would say he would win against the Prime Maria probably.
I feel like the thing is, Prime Maria is like Crow implies that he wanted to be as good as her, but then later we find out that like she considers him better than
Her,
her when she was
in her
like
prime.
yeah.
Yeah.
Speaking of
Alright.
Crow, let's let's get Crow out of the way. Crow
Yeah,
is the
fine,
strongest non-magic powered huntsman probably.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why? Well, he also was pretty confident in being able to murder Ironwood.
Yeah.
And while he was angry, he sat in a cell and pondered it for many,
And still was like, nah, screw that guy.
well,
I can kill him.
he pondered it for hours on end. So it wasn't just blind rage. He had to think in his head, can I kill this man? And every single conclusion he came to said yes.
Yeah. While being insanely nerfed by his semblance.
That is true.
I wish we got to see Crow without his semblance.
See, that's the thing. I wonder, like, I like everyone else can turn their semblance off.
I wonder if Crow is just constantly active.
I don't
Like,
know.
I mean,
24/7
he said
can't turn
that,
it off.
but
Yeah.
like,
But like, for all we know, is he could just be lying.
All right. Next
or
is
just not know.
Ozpin. We'll get him out of the way. He's
gonna say-
probably
Well, I would say he's
Yeah,
probably-
Actually-
does made it.
he would have been. Wouldn't he have been relative to Salem though?
no. Well, he died
No, he
relatively
lost
fast
to
to Cinder.
Fair.
You're thinking of like composite like Ozma.
Okay. Yeah, I'm thinking of all. Okay, yeah.
Nah,
because it's-
Osmo lore go kind of crazy because like okay.
Yeah,
let's put this into perspective. Jin
yeah.
is she's the relic of knowledge. Like she that's her job. She knows everything. And
Yep.
she stated Ozma was a great warrior, better than most. Or she said something like, I know she said great warrior. I don't know what she said to what extent. And keep in mind, she has knowledge of everyone else here. And Salem.
Yep.
and the king.
Yep.
Like, so out of everyone, and she still said great, like that implies,
Yeah.
He's stronger
Yeah.
than everyone. So if we're going Ozma lore, he's definitely in strongest tier.
yeah.
Yeah, but he
what
also
about
has
Hazel
limited
and
magic.
Emerald?
Now, so.
Yeah.
What about Emerald?
Emerald's probably relative to Volume 7 or Volume 8 characters who scale to the Aesops. So probably Aesop tier, but probably stronger than Oscar.
And Amber.
Yeah.
Although,
yeah.
to be fair, Amber got, like, jumped by 3 people at the same time.
Yeah.
And it was mostly Cinder.
Yeah.
Yeah, and even at that, Emerald and Mercury still like could hold their own against.
Yeah,
Amber.
it's just
I would say stronger than her.
And that was what
What
pre
about-
Volume 1.
Hazel.
yeah. Oh, Hazel?
Yeah.
Hazel fought Salem, so amped up Hazel might unironically be here.
I do not think he tanked the nuke, though.
He did not tank the nuke, but he's probably done the
He can
best
go-
against Salem.
Yeah.
And also, like, Mercury does talk about how Hazel tried to kill Salem and failed, so he got in line, and like that's his, like it's not
Yeah.
like that's Mercury's
Well, he
wake up call.
definitely tried to get. So he definitely was technically successful for temporarily successful in
Yeah.
killing Salem.
But like in Mercury's mind, Hazel is like the strongest of the count. Like
Yeah.
oh, if even Hazel bows to Salem, I need like that's his train of logic,
Mhm.
right? Now, oh boy.
What?
You know what? Let's get into summer.
Almost like a main cast.
Yeah. All right. This is going to be weird, but
Summer just fails the Raven, yeah.
yeah, I think
Probably above Raven.
Crow states that Summer was the best of all of us, referring to Team Stark, and Raven. We know from the flashback that Raven and Summer saw each other, and Raven Raven basically implies if Summer couldn't beat Salem, then no one can. So to be honest, we should probably be putting her here, but we have not even seen her weapon
We haven't
deploy.
even seen her
So, like,
fight.
It
We
is
haven't even seen her
Yeah.
fight Salem.
This
yet.
is literally like trying to scale Gold Roger before the flashback. There is nothing except lore and just quantifying how Giga Chad the character is. That is it. That is what we are going off
as much as
of.
we know about Summer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We literally don't nothing.
All right.
Alright. Do we start with Team Juniper? Because
I
Let's.
think we should start with the cat.
Yeah, actually, that's a good point.
yeah, honestly, start with the cat.
The cat, probably an elite huntsman.
Probably.
On it,
Yeah.
it took on
Probably stronger
John.
than Mercury.
It took John Weiss.
Yang and Blake.
Yeah,
And won.
yeah,
Yeah.
And then Rwby appeared, and then it started losing.
yeah.
Because Rwby
Probably
was there.
above these characters, I'd
Yeah,
say.
probably.
I feel like that's fair.
Yeah, that's fair. That makes sense.
Then let's go with
Neo.
Neo. And
Neo got possessed by the cat.
Neo's relative to the cat. She's technically weaker because Neon Neon
did,
Cat-
in fact, yeah.
Neon
Neo did
Cat-
get possessed by the cat.
Neon Cat did worse against John, Weiss, Yang, and Blake than the cat did solo. So probably weaker, but Neo can also like summon an army of whoever.
Neo
Yeah,
can
but then
just be
again,
like-
Neo was also probably trying to resist the cat anyway.
That is
yeah,
true.
that's true.
Who knows?
Next is Pyrrha. All right.
Would you say the inexperienced Amber would beat Pyrrha?
Nah.
Probably not.
Fuck you guys. My
Yeah.
dear. Nah. Okay,
What?
so let's put this into perspective. Cinder, at full power, needed to try to beat Pyrrha. Did she beat Pyrrha very soundly? Yes. Yes, she 100% did.
Absolutely.
There is no denying that fact. But
Right.
she had to try. Right?
Yeah.
She had to try to beat Pyrrha. That at least
Yes.
implies some relativity. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Cinder went basically even with Amber before.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah.
though Emerald and Mercury were there, Cinder basically just went 1v1.
Yeah, and then Cinder got a power up, and only then with that power up did she do all that crazy stuff. Anyway, yeah, so Pyrrha's probably also world-class fighter.
Yeah.
I
fair
know,
Yeah.
I know, but the Aesops are also considered world-class fighters, so it kind of makes sense, at least somewhat.
Yeah.
Um.
Now it is quite literally just the main cast minus here because she's already been ranked.
Yeah. Okay. Let's put John. I think John is.
I
he's
don't
gone-
think John's beating Pyrrha though.
No.
I feel like until he
If you
states
factor in ever after though,
ever
for-
after
and we get
John.
revealed how long he's been in there.
Yeah. Okay. Here's the
I
thing.
mean,
I
in all
feel
reality, if they go 1v1, Pyrrha automatically wins that because that matchup is fucking horrible.
dude.
Oh yeah, no.
every single matchup.
Polarity and his
Every single
Yeah.
matchup for Pyrrha is in Pyrrha's favor. Literally everyone, except
much, yeah.
ironically enough, Cinder. Because
yeah,
guess what? Cinder doesn't use metal weapons. She uses
Yeah.
compressed glass weapons. So Cinder,
yeah.
Cinder and Hazel are the only people who have a positive matchup against Pyrrha.
Because
Unironically.
I mean,
Pyrrha
like
can't
maybe
just steal
Yang.
No,
Because,
no. What do
No,
you
I mean,
mean?
Pyrrha
okay.
will just steal
Never
Yang's
mind.
weapons. What do you mean?
Dude,
Like,
she has
Also-
metal on all 4 of her limbs.
She has
Yeah,
a metal
fair enough.
arm. She has the gauntlets, which are probably metal.
Yeah.
The chamber that holds those shotgun shells is also probably metal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you think happens if she just compresses that?
All right.
Oh no.
Yeah.
R.I.P. I think Yang unironically dies to Pyrrha.
Yeah. Next.
Actually, the cat is also a good matchup against Pyrrha
Yes, that is true.
True, the
Um,
cat uses claws.
and Neo.
Next is Ren. Ren is
No,
probably.
Neo has her umbrella. Her umbrella has metal in it. It
I'm-
has a sword in it.
Yeah.
Oh, fair.
Swords are metal.
I'm gonna
Pyrrha
put.
will just yoink her umbrella.
I'm gonna put Ren and Nora below John, not because I think, but they haven't shown anything in volume. They weren't in volume 9, obviously, so we
So
only
don't
have their.
know if they got stronger or not.
We only have their volume 8
Yeah.
variants, which means
Yeah.
that we have to
And
go
like
with
John,
volume 8,
with-
volume 9, right?
yeah, and John with the other members of Team Ruby kind of went even with the cat, although they ultimately lost.
That's the
They
one
go
thing.
even with the
Mhm.
cat.
Like that's the one thing I kind of want to like. It's weird because John went even with Weiss, or John he unironically had a better performance against the cat than Weiss or Blake. So like, you know what? We'll move John if we need to. Where do you guys think?
Yeah,
I think.
Weiss is definitely like ace up tier, but like
Do you
I
think?
Probably still. I don't know.
probably
Probably scalar above John, but like
as much as
I
you
don't
hate
know.
Weiss, you have to admit that.
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, then there's-
your anger. Just
I think-
being for Weiss.
Blake is weaker than Weiss.
Oh yeah, I
We
think
know
that's
that
just
much.
obvious.
I think all of Team Ruby scales above John. But-
Yeah, but John is relative to them. That's the thing.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd probably put
And then
Yang above probably Blake and Weiss.
After 9 volumes in an indiscriminate amount of time. What was it? Indiscriminate.
Yeah, indiscriminate amount of time.
yeah,
He is finally relative to Team Ruby.
I know it's crazy, right?
It took so long.
And
So
and you
many
know what's
years.
funny? After 2 different time skips, they're still all weaker than Pyrrha.
Except for the last person we have to rank,
All right, it's finally time.
which is Ruby time.
Ruby Rose, the
Although
character.
even Ruby has a bad matchup against Pyrrha.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, but
I mean,
Although I wonder if
that depends
Ruby
on how
does-
specific.
although
you
I-
could get.
yeah, I was about to say.
You
Although
could
I wonder
argue
if,
specifics on how Ruby's semblance work.
yeah,
although I'd wonder if Pyrrha could take Ruby's weapon if Ruby's like moving in semblance
too
speed,
fast
or
for
does
it to.
lo-
Yeah.
Or does it lose magnetism
Yeah.
property?
Anyway, I put Ruby right below Crow.
Yeah, I'd say that's pretty
Yeah.
accurate.
Here's the thing: Ruby and John have a similar attribute where, like, I feel like the show will state when John has surpassed Pyrrha, and the show will state when Ruby is better than Crow. You know?
Yeah, I have a feeling that's
Yeah,
exactly what's going to happen.
So
I do have this feeling that Ruby will surpass Crow.
yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. To be honest, Ruby
Crow's
will
constantly nerfed.
For all we know, Ruby might become a maiden.
future predictions are probably like this and then this. Like, if we're being frank,
Right.
you know?
Yeah, because for
Yeah.
all we know, Summer could, for all we know, be a maiden. We just don't
Yeah,
have
we
confirmation
don't
yet.
know too much about Summer, but
We have speculation.
yeah, I'm thinking,
That's it.
yeah, I don't know. Anyway, that is the tier list. So, also, this is my second channel. Again, guys, please go to the main channel. I do actual effort there, and here we kind of mess around. So, you get me casual, and you get me when my work mode is on. Anyway, that's all for now. If you do not like my list, I actually want some reasoning, please. Please do not tell me I'm bad because,
Because I'm bad.
yeah. Please don't just yell you're bad. How could you say that Jinbei is not the strongest or whatever? Also, Ruby solos her entire team. Thanks, goodbye.